Welcome to the No Dress Code Pod, where we keep it real, celebrate Black excellence, and dive into the things that matter most. Tune in, vibe out, and let's get into it. Welcome to the episode of the No Dress Code Pod. I'm your favorite host, as well as your favorite hoochie, legs out, not open, Bree. And if this is your first time listening, then thank you. If you are a returning guest, then you already know what to say. You already know how I feel about you. Thank you, okay? Because, baby, we in this together. We locked in. Ain't no switching up, okay? It's me and you. Full blown. We're going to the top, okay? Now, you guys already know before we start this episode, I gotta ask you how your weeks are going. I hope that you guys are having an amazing week. If you're not, there's something I could do for you in this moment, but continue to speak it over you. But please drop it in the comments and let me know how your week is going. If I can't, I'm pretty sure someone can help you. Okay, get your week started right. Get your week turned around. Um, and that's what we're here for. That's what we do around here. Okay. Um, I also want to tell you guys how my week is going. I realize that I don't do that a lot. I don't do that enough. I'm asking y'all how y'all week is going. I'm pretty sure y'all sitting back asking me how my week is going. And baby, I just bypass that. Just bypass it. Okay. So this, first off, before I get into my week, this is the last week of Black History Month. And when I say I am so proud we are here, I am so happy to be here with you guys. First off, let me show y'all my shirt real quick, okay? For those of you who are watching, if you're not watching, I'm gonna post it in the highlight section because, baby, y'all gotta see this, okay? Sweet C. Okay, this is the man, the legend, Sweet C. The legend, the man. Baby, y'all know what I'm saying. There's 3 of them, but y'all know he is every single one of them. If y'all don't know who this is, then y'all need to ask about him. Okay? Because Sweet C is a fucking legend. Okay? Fucking legend. Now, also in honor of Black History Month, I decided to wear my Nigeria, my Nigeria jersey. I will link this on one of my posts so you guys can find it if you would like one. I believe they're different now. They come, people switch with the brands. They switch it up. So, getting into my week. Woo! So, my week has been difficult. It has been a very, very trying week for me. If you guys remember in the mental health check-in episode I did after I had a little, episode on Instagram, is what we'll call it. I need to check in with you guys more often. I know we have a lot of fun. We have a lot of keys. We have a lot of vibes on here. And I just feel like I genuinely cannot ask my guests, my listeners, my team, my peoples, y'all know how I feel about y'all, to be open, to be vulnerable, to share yourselves with me if I'm not willing to share myself with you. And that's just what it is. So if I'm being honest with you, this episode was not easy for me to put out. It is not the easiest episode for me to do, but it is an episode that I feel like is needed. So in my earlier episode, I had spoken about how I just was going through it that day. I had a bad, not even, I don't even want to say bad day, because it wasn't a bad day and it wasn't a bad week. It was just, I was in a very dark space when I made that video on Instagram that I posted. I may post like a clip of it here just so you see what I'm talking about. I won't add the audio Um, but it's on my Instagram page. You can view it. It's not pinned, so you know, but you can view it. Um, I I spoke about a little about my struggles and what I was going through. So I do want to preface this, although I feel like y'all already know this is not ever. Well, I can't say ever because I do want to have my therapist on here one day. Um, I still consider her my therapist, even though I haven't been to therapy since like May. Eh, That's not the point. Okay. In my head, she's still my therapist. And when the coins match, she'll be my therapist again. When we get them coins together, she'll be my therapist again because I really did love her as a therapist. She was the best therapist I found for myself to this date. I'm just going ahead and put that out there. And when she come on, I'm gonna let y'all know who she is. Okay? When she come on, I'm gonna let y'all know who she is. So, from me though, this ain't no textbook conversation. It is. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say it's not outlined. We do have an outline, but it's not scripted. It is far from scripted. You will get raw emotions. You'll get whatever. I don't even want to say unfortunately, but you'll get whatever comes. If I'm being honest, that's just it is what it is. You're gonna get what I give today, and that's how it's gonna have to be. Now, if you guys remember Vine days, y'all know how that little girl, I don't know her name, but if I could find it, I'll include it in the video. I'll include it on Instagram, so you guys can find it. That do it for the Vine, I ain't gonna do it. Do it for the Vine, I ain't gonna do it. Do it for the Vine, and then she steps. Yeah. This shit ain't for Instagram. I'ma just be honest. I don't do shit for the gram. I don't do shit for the tube like that, but these episodes. Um, so baby, trust me when I say I don't be on here faking it for y'all. Okay. That's one thing you just not gonna get from me. I can't fake shit too long. So that's why every now and then we do pop in with a single episode. A single episode that's like, hey, this is me. We're back to us. Because honestly, this show started with just me. This show started as me, my life, my journey. And it's still me, my life, my journey. I just allow other people to come in and tell their stories because I'm interested in other people's stories. And not interested in a nosy, negative Nancy way. I'm interested because, baby, we all got a story. We all gonna leave this earth one day. And as unfortunate as that is, and as hard as that is for me to at times come to grips with, um, I think it's important that the story be told. And that's all I'm trying to do. Tell my story. Allow y'all to tell y'all stories and be storytelling. No, just I just playing. I just playing. But um, so as you can see by the title, today's episode is about something that I have struggled with for years. It is about seasonal depression. It is about the hard journey, the hard life, and the hard necessary steps um that we take. Seasonal depression is like that guy. I don't necessarily want to say guy, but for me it's guy, that creeper guy that just creeps up on you. You don't know where the fuck they came from, how the fuck they got here. One day you was just, vibing. Next day that creep is just like, well, it ain't even days when it comes to a creep. So one moment you just vibing out, the next moment you just got this creep right behind you, like, ugh, what the fuck is you doing, sir? Like, back the fuck up. That's seasonal depression. That's I feel like that's the most that's the most perfect way to describe it. That's seasonal depression for you. Because bitch, where did you come from? Back the fuck up. Like, damn, give me 50 feet. Bring us back to COVID days. At least give me 6 feet. God damn. Ooh. Um, for me though, if I'm being honest, it happens between October and February. So I do want to say that this being the last episode of February and I see myself having an episode next week is when I say only by the grace of God, truly only by the grace of God. If you guys remember last year, this time last year, we intended on having episodes in March. But my car got broken into. It was a back to back thing, and I don't know if I don't know for sure that our last episode this time last year was in February, but I believe it was around this time. Um, and I just couldn't do it. I just my and it's not even like my car was that big of a thing for me. Cause baby, I don't really want that car no more. You know? I mean, don't steal it because I still need my shit, but it ain't like it's a regrettable purchase. I'll admit that. No tea, no shade to Kia, but it was a regrettable purchase. I got it for reasons that is irrelevant to today. Um, so my car got broken into, and I couldn't do it. Like mentally, I was already struggling. You know, off camera, off mic, I was already struggling. Just last year was when I say I was down bad off camera, off mic, I was down bad. Like I used to I used to edit in my bed cuz I knew the episodes needed to get out. And I couldn't leave my bed. Like I would go work out, take a shower, come back home. If I didn't have to work, I was back in bed. And I'm an introvert, so being at home is never an issue for me. Like that, love it down at home. Like the Wi-Fi popping. I, I don't have no weed right now. God damn, I ain't had no weed this whole seasonal depression. When I tell you it's been hard, it's the first one that I ain't had no weed for. If I'm being honest, like it's a blessing and a curse, and I will say that. Um, because when I got weed and I'm going through it, sometimes it makes me go through it more because it makes me think more. And like it makes me think about shit that I know I I be blocking out when I'm sober because I don't want to be thinking about shit, you know. So it's a blessing and a curse because sometimes it should be fun, you know. Sometimes I have a nice little high. And sometimes I got them highs, I'd be like, damn, bitch, you dealing with XYZ. How you gonna handle, LMNOP? Like, what are you gonna do about ABC? EFG is over here stressing you the fuck out. What's going on with what's going on with QRS type of thing? That's just how it be. That's just how it be, and so it's a blessing and a curse that I haven't at all this whole season, but like I said last season, I was going through it. It was not, it was hard. It was hard to get out of bed. It was hard to brush my teeth. It was hard to shower. Like, it was hard. And this year, I've been doing better. I've been doing a lot better this year. So I'm really thankful. I'm really grateful for the space that I'm in now. Cause baby, last year was whooping my ass. I want to say that this is a safe space. I feel like the community, the brand, everything that I'm building around me and this podcast gives safe space. I encourage nothing but love around these parts. And I'm not saying that's not how I move in my natural life, because I'm definitely not who I was, 10, 20 years ago. Not saying I was a bitch, I guess, I had my bitchy moments. Who doesn't, if I'm being honest? Like, let me not sit here and act like I've always been a kumbaya, let's spread love type of chick. But um I had my bitchy moments, and I still do have my bitchy moments. Um but I try my best to come on this podcast and come on this mic and come on this camera and present nothing but who I who I'm not necessarily trying to be, but what I want from the world is what I try to present to the world. I'm not asking anything that not trying to give, you know. Um and I'm gonna be the first person to say that this episode will not be about toxic positivity. I'm past that stage of my health journey. I'm past that stage of my mental health journey. Um, and baby, you gonna get what the fuck I give these days. Okay. Unless the only time I present toxic positivity is when I'm around other people. And I know I'm not in a good mental space. I will present toxic positivity because I don't want my mood to bring you down. That's one thing I'm very adamant about. I just won't go. I I I'ma go. I'ma do my best. Like, you'll never know I'm struggling. I've been out with some people who never knew I was struggling in those moments, because that's not what I'm here for. If you invited me somewhere, I'm here for you for whatever event it is you invited me for. You didn't invite me in you didn't invite my depression. If I'm being honest, you said, "Hey, do you want to come out?" You didn't say, "Hey, do you and your depression want to come out?" Okay, my depression got to stay where my depression is at. My anxiety got to stay where my anxiety is at. Now, anxiety, she's a little piggybacker. She sometimes don't give a fuck that you didn't say I got no plus one. Sometimes she comes anyways. She likes to slide in the pocket every now and then, and the breastplate if I don't have a pocket. Okay, she likes to just slide in where she like to get in where she fit in. Unfortunately, depression. Baby said, "I'll wait for you when you get back. Don't worry. Don't worry. You go and have a good time. You go and show up and show out." But the minute you leave that space, if you drove your own car, baby, the minute you get back in your car, it's me and you locked in. Like, we go together like peanut butter and jelly. And I hate that. Okay, I hate that for myself, but I will never not show up if and that is part of the reason why I have a hard time confirming shit with people. When they be like, "You want to come?" I be like, "I think about it. I gotta let you know." And it's not because I'm trying to say no. It's really because I gotta see how my depression is feeling that day. I gotta see how my anxiety is feeling that day, because you invited me. You ain't invite depression and anxiety. Okay, them monsters, as Big Mouth calls it, them monsters, baby, you didn't invite them. You didn't say I had a plus one, plus two. You said me. So that's why I be like, I don't know, I gotta see. I gotta see how I feel. I'll let you know. And honestly, I hit people that I'll let you know real quick between October and February. Um them my ooh, when I say them is my struggling months, them is the months that I be like, hmm, girl, we need to get us some therapy again. Call up your therapist. Pay whatever it is you need to pay, cause baby, we need to see her. Okay. Yeah, yeah. So that's why I be like, I don't know, I gotta see. For me, I I cannot pinpoint when it started. I cannot for the life of me tell you it started around this time. I can say I put a name to it around 3, 4 years ago. I put a name to it. And that's how I knew it was like a seasonal depression, because it got it got to a point where it was like, damn, I really I really feel me losing myself every October for sure. And for me, it's always been weird because it's like, baby, October is your birth month. Okay? If October don't turn you up, then what the fuck is? And I've never had a bad birthday where it was like something just, turned me off at birthday. I've never had a birthday like that. I've always had okay to good birthdays. Like I've always had birthdays go as they planned, or I've always just canceled the plans before the shit even happened, because that I didn't realize that was part of my depression. Like, um, yeah, I didn't realize that's part of my depression, so I would cancel shit before it even happened. And I have friends who be like, "Nah, you ain't canceling shit. Like, we're still going," and I'd be like, "Oh, okay, okay." And like I said, y'all didn't invite my anxiety and depression, so I can't bring them with me. You know, yeah. So I finally put a name to it about 3, 4 years ago, and I realized it was a seasonal depression, and I struggle hard October through February. This time last year, I had more of a distraction. I was around people, or I was around a person more. And I'm the type of person that when I'm struggling, like I said, you invited me over. You didn't invite anxiety and depression. So if I'm coming to see you, they gotta step out the minute I step in your door. Um, because that's not who you invited. That's not what you wanted. That's not what that's the. I don't bring plus ones to people's houses. I don't bring nobody without asking to your house. That's rude. So I can't pinpoint when it started. I can pinpoint about the time I was able to recognize what it is. And I know I'm not the only one that deals with it. And I know a lot of the time people are like, don't run on social media. Don't post that on Instagram. Don't post that on TikTok. Don't post that on YouTube. You could call me. Like, we could. And it's like, I know I can call you. I know I can. I know I probably shouldn't be posting this to TikTok, to Instagram, to YouTube. First off, I obviously ain't posting it to monetize because I ain't getting paid for none of this shit. But I know I could call you. I just don't. And the reason why is I'm an introvert. I struggle the fuck alone. I struggle the fuck alone. That's what I do. Like, to bother somebody with my emotions is not something I'm gonna do. You could be an empath. You could literally be taking on all of my emotions. What do I look like doing that to you? That's not who I am. I would rather struggle the fuck alone in my own room, in my own mind. In my mind can be telling me, girl, you're not worthy. Girl, them people don't love you like you think they do. Girl, you're not enough. You're not this, you're not that. My mind could be literally whooping my ass. Whooping my mother ass. And I'ma let it. I'ma let it. I'm sorry. I don't have better coping mechanisms. But to call somebody up and be like, hey, I'm struggling, and you are having the fucking best day of your life, what the fuck do I look like? Like, it just don't make sense to me. I'm sorry. I'm not that type of person, and I probably never will be. I can't say for sure I won't be, but I haven't been for the last 30 plus years. It's not looking too good. I truly have a problem with being open and being vulnerable with people. It takes me forever to be open and vulnerable with someone that I'm dealing with. Like I have a problem with that. And I acknowledge that. And I can't acknowledge that. But I know when you fucking me over, I may not speak on it, but I know I'm not stupid. Baby, I don't have no problem leaving because you're fucking me over. I just ain't spoke to you about it. You think shit is all good and you think shit is all key. Well, really, baby, I'm making my exit. The exit plan is being established as we speak because you think I'm stupid. I'm not. I just struggle with expressing my emotions and being vulnerable with people. And I've seen the posts on Instagram. I've seen the shirts. I've seen the memes. I'm sure y'all seen it too, where they say people only care. People don't care unless you're rich, pretty, or dead. Now I'm one of them three already, and you can figure out which one of the three. You can figure out which one of the three I am. But I'm about to be two out of the three. Okay, stop playing with me. I'm about to be two out of the three, but I'm one of the three already. And by the time I'm dead, I'm gonna be 3 for 3. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Okay. Yeah, and that's true. Think about Chadwick Boseman. Think about Robin Givens. Them people was rich. I'm not gonna say they wasn't cared about because they probably was. Think about Twitch. Okay. They care more when you dead. Chadwick Boseman was going through it and y'all was roasting his ass online. Y'all was roasting his ass. And then you found out what he was going through. But to live your last days having to read the way people is talking shit about you because you refuse to come out and say what's going on, and you don't have to. You damn sure Skippy, you're fucking right. You don't have to. I've been on this podcast since August of 2023, and we are in February of 2025, barely really telling y'all I have seasonal depression. I could have started that with the first episode. I mean, I could have let y'all, but I don't. People don't have to tell you their stories, but they do. They do sometimes, and I'm telling you mine. Not because I need you to empathize with me, not because I need you to sympathize for me, not because I need you to care, not because I need you to take shit easy on me, but because I can't ask you to come on the show and be vulnerable. I can't ask you to come be a listener and be fucking open. I can't ask something of you that I'm not willing to give of you myself as the host of this show. As the creator, host, director, editor. I know I said I got a team and I do, but I'm not putting they shit out there. But you know, um, as the person that you see on this screen or that you hear in your ears, baby, you're right. I can't ask that of you, and I'm not willing to give you at least a little bit of the same. Um so I remember when I don't remember, like I said, I don't remember when I first started feeling this way. But I know when I first felt it or was able to acknowledge that something was wrong, it just felt like I don't have the energy. It had nothing to do with sleep. It was nothing to do with, oh, I'm not sleeping well. And it probably was. I'm not sleeping well. But it wasn't like I'm tired. It's just I don't have the energy. I don't have the desire. I don't have the willpower. Yeah, these are the correct words. I don't have I don't have it to give. I don't want to I don't want to get up. I don't want to brush my teeth. I do not want to leave the comfort of my bed. I want to be engulfed in the sheets, engulfed in the cover, everything over my head and just darkness. I want to scroll my phone for hours and then be like, damn, I could have really did something with my time. This is all I want to do. But I'm at a point, and not only my career, because this is what we gonna call this, okay? We speaking shit into existence. Whether you call it speaking into existence, whether you call it manifestation, whether you call it whatever the fuck it is you want to call it, baby, we speaking it into it. I'm at the point of my career, baby, where shit gotta happen. Shit gotta shake. And it gotta be more than this ass. Okay? Shit gotta shake for real. This time last year, I was in such a bad place. I was editing in my bed. And I know you're thinking, editing podcasts in your bed ain't that bad. You're right. It's not. But I was editing in my bed because I refused to get out of my bed. I refused to do anything, but I knew I had episodes that I needed to put out. And it was, and I can't say that this year I have a desire to put them out any more than I did last year, right? But I have the willpower to be like, I don't really give a fuck how I feel. But if I'm not feeling my best, be open and be honest with these people. Be open and be honest and let them know that today was not a good fucking day. The same way that you're asking them to be open and honest and drop it in the comments. Be open and honest and be like, hey, baby, I struggled this week. I barely made it through this week. I'm I'm living today's day on a prayer and it ain't mine. I'm living on somebody's prayer that I am walking today, that I am talking today, that I am okay today, that I am here today. I'm living someone's prayer that is not mine. I'm not saying that in a sense that I'm praying that I'm not here. I'm saying that in a sense that sometimes I don't have the desire, I don't have the willpower, I don't have the mental capacity to get up. I'm deep in a depression. But somebody out there is praying for me. And that's why I'm here today. Type of thing. You know, somebody, like, when I pray, I don't just pray for myself. I feel like that's selfish. And even in my depression, I don't just pray for myself because I feel like that's selfish. Um and I truly believe there are always somebody out there that's doing worse than you, and that's not a reason. Don't get me wrong, that's not a reason to ever, promote toxic positivity because I was doing that. Well, I have it bad, but somebody else has it worse than me. And that's true. But that does not negate my bad, is all I'm saying. Um, so the whole toxic positivity of, oh yeah, I'm in a bad space, but somebody else is in a worse space than me. That's true. But that does not take away that you are in a bad space. And you deserve to speak good and speak well over your life. The same, because yeah, somebody's always gonna have it worse than you. Somebody also has it better than you. I think you're forgetting that you are somebody else's worse than me situation. Like somebody else is worse than you, true, but somebody else is better than you as well. And to them, you are in the worse than me position. So, baby, toxic positivity, we don't preach that around here no more. We don't. If you struggling and I'm telling you, drop it in the comments, then drop it in the comments. Let somebody else speak life over you if you can't speak life over yourself. Because that's what we're here for. I used to think that in those moments I was just being lazy. But in all actuality, I just didn't have no energy. I couldn't do it. Um some days I wouldn't shower. I wouldn't get out of my bed till 8 o'clock. So I'm not showering until like 9. And then I'm hopping right back in bed. And I didn't understand what it was. I didn't understand why it was what it was. But I understand more now. And like I said, my energy levels they drop. They drop heavily by October to February. So for me, getting through February is always, it's not an immediate energy shift, but I do start to feel better. I do start to feel better once March hits about. And I know it's a lot for a lot of people. Um, I don't know, maybe because winter is like there's less sun, um, shorter days. I don't really know why winter is a thing for people, but winter is probably the most hardest time for people. I notice whether people around me do or not. I notice that when I'm not feeling my best, if I'm not feeling my best, I give subtle hints. Um I'm one of those people that even when I have a 9 to 5, I will send you memes all day like I don't have no 9 to 5. I'll send you memes. I'll send you reels. Baby, you'll think I just really don't have no job. And I'll be at work just sending them away. Sending them away. And the thing about me, I'm also a person who almost posts religiously every day on social media. And I notice, like, when I'm going through it, that's not my concern. Because social media is for fun, don't get me wrong. And I know I've posted things that aren't necessarily fun. Um, but social media is for fun. And if I'm not enjoying myself, I just can't do it. I have a lot of family who will see this video or who has seen, my previous video and been like, well, why don't you reach out? Baby, that's just not who I am. That's just not what I do. I'm very much a catch me if you can type of person. And if you call me, and I 9 times out of 10 won't tell you I'm depressed. I will not share that with you because, like I said, I don't believe in burdening people with my problems. And it's crazy because I'm very much a baby. Come, put your problems on me, okay? Put your problems on me. That's what I'm here for. What are we friends for if you can't call me At 3 o'clock in the morning, you're gonna have to call twice though, because my phone's on not disturb. If you can't call me at 3 o'clock in the morning because you going through it, because you questioning life, because you wondering why you still here. Like, what are we friends for if you can't call me? Don't just call me when you high. And I don't mean high like drugs. I mean high like on life. That's probably another reason why I don't do it. Because people don't call me when they low. Okay? And I can't be vulnerable with you if you're not vulnerable with me. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I know like y'all can't be vulnerable with me if I'm not vulnerable with y'all. I I'm not gonna call you when I'm low because you don't never call me when you low. That feel like one sided shit. And I don't like no one sided relationship. I'm not gonna call you when I'm low because I don't think your life is perfect. I know you go through shit, but you don't tell me the shit you go through. So I can't with the clear conscience tell you the shit I'm going through. Cause I not in any way, shape, or form fear that you're gonna judge me or fear that it's gonna be front news, like front page news. Like I don't give a fuck about none of that. If I'm going through it and I tell you I'm going through it, but also if I'm going through it and I share with you that I'm through it, and you share it with other people that I'm going through it, baby, I already know I'm never sharing with you again. Because I was vulnerable with you. Now you took my vulnerability and passed that along to other people when I'm not vulnerable with these people. These not my people. And maybe they are my people, but I did not choose to be vulnerable with them. And you took that, baby, I would never be vulnerable with you again. I'm one of them people. Like I don't I choose who to be vulnerable with and when. Cause 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna keep that shit to myself. I'm gonna take that shit to the chin. Like I got friends and I got people who I've known for 2 decades. 2 fucking decades who barely know I deal with depression. I'm barely opening up to you guys and telling y'all like I deal with it way more than y'all think I do. I can't let you, and I'm not even gonna say I can't go out sad, but like I can't do it. Like, baby, if I open up to you and you go and take what I said and my point of vulnerability, and you go and share that with anybody, I don't give a fuck who it is. It could be your mama. It could be our mutual friend. It could be my best friend. Baby, if you share that with anybody, I will never be vulnerable with you again. I'm a Rubik's Cube up in this bitch. This is a Rubik's Cube up in this bitch, and yeah, I ain't even figured the cube out yet. I'm still working on the cube. So I know you ain't figured it out. Crazy. Honestly, they say that the big part of seasonal depression is the lack of vitamin D. I'm an introvert, so I don't really get vitamin D like that. No way. I gotta take my vitamin D pills, and I don't even be taking those. I'm bad. Like, you know, but yeah, they say it is due to like lack of vitamin D, and I think that you get that from the sun and stuff. And um, I I know when I first considered going to therapy, people were telling me that I don't need therapy. And baby, if anybody ever tells you you don't need therapy, don't listen to them. If you feel like you need to go to therapy. I promise you, I don't want to say what's the worst that could happen because you could really find a bad therapist. Don't get me wrong. I've been through a few. I've been through a few, but my latest therapist was the greatest therapist. And I swear, when she come on, I want to link her shit now, but I don't really want y'all blowing her up like that. I low key want to keep her for myself. So I don't know, but nah, she's a really great therapist though. I will advise that. I know in previous episodes, like the one I did in December with the mental health check-in, I said that I use boxing as a way to cope with my depression. And for the most part I do. For the most part I do. But February, when I tell you that February usually hits me like a ton of bricks, blah blah blah. February usually hits me like a ton of bricks. Baby, February started off strong and hard. It said, "Oh, Black History Month, yeah, yeah, we're gonna give it to you strong. We're gonna give it to you hard." And baby, I did not want to go to the gym at all. I had to fight myself to go to the gym, and it's like I don't know about y'all, but if you do something that you don't really want to do, you don't get the same effort. So I was going to the gym half assing it, like going to the gym about to break down and cry. Like I just could not do it. Um, I mean I was doing it. So I ain't gonna say I couldn't do it, but I was doing it. But damn, it was not easy. Um, I just my energy was off. Like I just it was hard. February was a hard month for me, mentally, physically, emotionally. Like it just it just was a hard month for me. I didn't know how I was gonna make it. But by the grace of God, by the grace of God, we made it, and that's what's important. Um, Please just whatever you do, find healthy ways to cope. That's really what I would want. And if I could leave you with anything for this episode, I want you to find healthy ways to cope if you're dealing with what I'm dealing with. Um and it may be a different season for y'all. It may be a different reason for y'all. But I hope you find healthy ways to cope. For me, I will say I love some food. Okay? Love some food down. So I use that sometimes as a way to cope. And I just eat my food and get back in bed, or I eat my food in bed. And I'm really trying to break that habit. I really am trying to break that habit because it's really not a good habit. Um, yeah, the food for one. Oh yeah, I love it down, especially when I'm going through it deep in it. I love me some junk food. I'm not going for nothing healthy, and that's it. I've been buying nothing but healthy food lately, so I will. I'm not gonna say nothing but healthy food, but I've been trying to switch more to a healthier diet. So healthier lifestyle is what I should say. So it's been different. Like cuddling in bed, eating some fucking Greek yogurt is not the same. It's not the same as cuddling in bed eating a tub of cookies and cream ice cream. Like it's just not, you know. But find what works for you. Um, I'm not gonna say this podcast it helps me battle my depression, battle my anxiety. 'Cause sometimes it don't. Sometimes, and I granted, I know that this is not supposed to feel like um a hobby because again we said it's a career so it's not a hobby, but some days I be like, girl, we ain't gotta record, you know. Some days I call the team up and be like, I don't know, I don't really feel like doing it, but I do it. And like I said, I personally have to stop, you know. I'm personally gonna start like checking in with y'all. When I ask about y'all weeks, I'm gonna try to provide my week as well because the shit is fucking real. Like shit be real. We all go through shit. If I'm being honest, like we all go through shit. Y'all don't have to speak on y'all shit because you know maybe I don't have no show. Maybe you do. I don't know. But y'all don't, you don't have to speak on it, but you should if you'd like to. We're all human. We go through shit. Stop letting these people convince you that life is perfect. People truly only post their highlights on Instagram. Like people are truly only TikTok. Them niggas post everything. Okay, and that's why I love me some TikTok. Them niggas are posted down on TikTok, but Instagram niggas only post their highlight reel. Niggas, niggas is too fake on Instagram, man. That's part of the reason why I'm not gonna say I don't like Instagram, but make Instagram fun again. The one thing I really can't stand about Instagram is why you're a size 2 in person, but you look like a size 10 on Instagram. Be a size 2 and be proud of it. Why are you a size 20 in person and looking like a size 1 on Instagram? Huh? Be proud of what you are, is what I'm saying. Like, stop all the Photoshop. Stop all the Photoshop shit. Filters, okay, every now and then it's cool. I'm not judging y'all. If y'all like y'all filters, y'all like y'all filters. It is what it is. But just understand Instagram ain't real. The internet is not a real fucking place. Like, I remember this guy I was training, I was training during my depression. And this guy told me that. He was like, the internet is not a real place. Like, you could never be like, oh, okay, I'll see you later. I'm about to go, to the internet. Like, niggas don't hop on the internet no more. Like, when you used to have AOL dial up, you used to really hop on the internet. Like, the internet is not a real place. You can't be like, oh, okay, well, I'm about to go see the movies. I'm about to go to the movies. Like, oh, I'm about to go to the internet. I'm about to go to Instagram. Like, what? Like, it's not a real place. So remember that. Don't let these people's highlight reels get you down. Don't let these people's Photoshop photos make you feel like you're less than. Whatever it is, and then maybe that's not your struggle, because it's really not mine. I don't even feel about nobody pictures like that. It's really not my struggle. Now y'all vacations, that's where y'all get me. That's where y'all get me. Them luxury, them tropical vacations. Yeah. Y'all gonna get me every time with that. It don't put me in a depression, but I do be like, God damn, I'm not living my life right. Cause why are you on vacation every week and I'm sitting over here slaving for somebody's goddamn man? When I say somebody's man, I mean the man. I don't mean nothing like that. I mean the man. I'm slaving for the man. That's just cause y'all be ready to drag niggas. The man. Woo. So, if you guys are struggling, I know I took up most of the episode truly about me. Truly. And honestly, the show's about me. Let's just be honest. This show is my life, and my struggles, my journey, and I'm bringing y'all along for the journey. Not every day is a high with me. Not every day is a high with me. I ain't been high really this whole goddamn depression, and that is mind blowing. Like, mind fucking blowing. I have not been probably high since maybe my birthday. Like, that was around the last time I really got high. Cause I don't think I got high around Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. Baby, this is mind blowing. Crazy. But if anybody want to throw me some, you just let me know. Cause I'm okay with a little paranoia sometimes just to get me out my shit. Okay, I'm okay with a little deep thought. A little deep thought. I prefer the fun highs, but if you gotta give me a deep thought one, I might be okay with that too. I don't know. We'll see. Sometimes it just be too fucking deep. Oh my goodness, sometimes it be too fucking deep. Sometimes it makes it worse. That's why I don't really like sativas. If I'm gonna talk about it, that's why I don't like sativas, because it sometimes makes it worse. Sativa, I smoked that shit one day. It literally convinced me, like, in my mind, because I was going to hell. Like, I feel like there's already signs that I'm not one of God's chosen few, and I'm not saying this to be funny. I really, I really feel like I might not be one of the ones that's going to heaven. And granted, at any time and point in life, this could change. But I feel like leading up to where we are today, I feel like I'm not one of God's chosen few. Um, I may not be going to hell, but I'm probably not. At this stage in my life, at this very point today, I probably am not going to heaven. Unfortunately. Um, and Sativa told me that it had me in the shower fucking bawling. I was in, and I was in the shower bawling. It told me I was going to hell. Um, and it ran back some of my sins for me. And yeah, it just and I mean that's not the only thing that convinced me I wasn't going to heaven. There's been other incidents that, and I don't mean like sins in particular, because God forgives all sins, and no one sin is greater than the other. I think y'all do be forgetting that, but I'm not going to sit here and dwell on that. Although God does forgive all sins, that's not it's not my sins that make me feel like I'm not going to heaven. I'm not gonna say I'm not fighting for my spot, but we gonna see. How old am I? I'll say give me another like 60 years or so. Things could change. It could turn around at any given point. But at that point, in this point, if you're struggling, I do hope that you check in with your. I know. I'm trying to say check in with your friends, and baby, I'm the first one to dip the fuck out. So I'm probably not the best person to give advice on how you should deal. If I'm being honest, but I feel hypocritical. You should check in with your friends though. If you really going through it, you should check in with your friends. Not everybody is like me. I understand that. So not everybody struggles with being open and being vulnerable. Some of y'all got that shit down packed. And I don't know if it's because of the way you was raised, or if it's like trauma, or what the fuck it is that you went through, or whatever it is, or however it got you to be okay with being open and vulnerable. I'm not there yet. I'm not there. But you should reach out to somebody. You shouldn't just struggle alone. Um, some days I'm like, hey, yeah, I am. Shit ain't good around here. And some days I'm like, yeah, shit, I'm good. What's up? What you need? You need something? Because sometimes being there for someone else, like I said, y'all don't invite anxiety and depression out when you call me, so I get a break. And I guess that with that being said, that means I should reach out to my friends more, and I should be like, hey y'all want to go out? But if I invite you out, I don't know. Did I invite anxiety and depression with me? I don't know. I don't know. So I feel like you gotta invite me, because I know it's not a plus one. I gonna start asking y'all, do I got plus one? Oh, okay. Okay. If I ain't got no plus one, then that means anxiety and depression can't go with me. That's what that mean. Girl, I gotta leave you here. Yeah, that's what that mean. I mean they can't come with me, and I'm gonna start asking people, do I got plus one? Um, I know that opening up is hard sometimes. When people ask you like how you doing, one thing about me, I have more recently been saying like it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle, but I'm gonna get through it. It's been a struggle, but you know, I'm gonna work it out. I'm gonna do what I gotta do to get better. Yeah, it's been a struggle. I hope, because like I said, I've been there, and I don't I don't want to tell you to do something that I can't do for myself, right? Although again, I am about pushing for better, right? So I hope that in the moments where you feel like and I'm speaking to myself as well. In the moments where you just want to be in your bed, you get the fuck out. You get the fuck out. And I know it's hard. Cause I don't know about y'all, but I know my bed. It's hard to get out of sometimes. It's hard to, but I don't know y'all living situation. I don't know how y'all live, where y'all live, but go to the living room. Just get out of the space is what I mean. You don't necessarily have to get out of the room like that, like vitamin D, right? So you should open your blinds, baby. I I don't open my blinds no time of the year. Not one single day. The only time these blinds get open is when the housekeepers come through and they clean it. That's the only time my blinds do not open. And maybe I should. But I don't get sun on this side of the house anyway. So my blinds do not open. They stay shut. I keep it to where the light don't come in like that. Yeah. My blinds don't get open around here. The rest of the blinds in the house do, but these ones do not. 24/7. Shut down. The window don't even open. Now it open, but I don't open that bitch. Unless it's extremely hot in here, I don't open that window. And if I open it, it's the smallest slither. The only time I open it is when I need to dry something, and that's when the blinds and the window be open because I need the air to dry, whatever, like a bonnet or whatever. And by the time I come back in that room, this room be cold. I shut the window so fast. Yeah, I don't play them games. If I'm in here, them blinds not open, that window's not open. But y'all should. You should really. I'm not a walker around my neighborhood type of person. Um, that's just never appeased me. That's never been my thing. I don't know. I don't really see the appeal in it. But a lot of people do walk around the neighborhoods. They run around the neighborhoods. Like, that's never been my thing. Not one bit. But that may help you. You know, just because things don't work for me, don't mean they can't work for you. So this is why I'm still suggesting it to you. The most important part is really finding a balance between rest and avoidance. Um, Rest when you need to rest, but please do not avoid the feelings of depression. You need to acknowledge them. Point blank period. They need to be acknowledged. They need to have they need to be let know that they are there, that it is that you are dealing with it. Things that I wish somebody would have told me was you're not broken and you're not failing at life just because you feel like this. Cause I be feeling like I be failing in life. I'm just so behind. And I know when I'm out of depression, I feel like I'm not behind because there's no real like measure of time and there's no real like shit, things work out the way they're supposed to work out, the way that God sees them fit to work out for you. So I'm not behind. I'm probably just rushing shit. And I don't know or I can't see or acknowledge that I'm rushing shit till later on when God presents it to me and I'm like, damn, I wasn't behind. I was just trying to rush. I also wish that somebody told me that healing is not never feeling low again. It's about learning how to get through it. Now I have my days where once I'm out of it, baby, I'm out of it. We have a ball. Okay. I'm sending you shit on Instagram. I'm posting again. It's not even life is worth living. It's just like, oh, I don't have this dark cloud surrounding me, you know? And I don't necessarily want to say, yeah, I feel worthy. I feel like I'm that bitch again. I feel like everything I want, I'm going to get. Yeah, once I get out of my dark cloud, baby, everything that's meant to be, I already know is on its way to me. Okay, I was just in a dark space and I really just was, I don't want to say doubting. I don't want to say downplaying, but I just was like I couldn't see it. I was just too in my darkness to really recognize that baby everything you want is on its way. Just give it time. It's on its way. Also understand that bad days don't erase progress. It is okay if today is hard, tomorrow does not have to be. Period. I don't think there's nothing else that needs to be said about that. Period. One bad day does not erase a million good ones. Think of it as like seconds in a day. There are 31.54 million seconds in a year. There are 86,400 seconds in a day. Did you hear the comparison in a day and a year? Baby, that 84,000 don't mean nothing compared to that million, is what I'm saying. So understand that. Remember that. And I'm saying that for myself as well, because I understand that when I be in it, baby, I be in it. Okay? Go hard or go home. That is my depression. That is my depression slogan. Go hard or go home, baby. And it go hard till it goes home. Like, it starts off slow, but once the months go on, it get deeper, it get harder, and then once March come, it die back down. Go hard or go fucking home, baby. That's the slogan for it. So I do, before I wrap up, as I wrap up, there's no Reddit for this episode. I want to say that to anyone else who is struggling, I see you. I hear you, and you are not alone in this. Again, drop it in the comments. DM me. You can email us. We will get back to you. Even when it feels like you're drowning, I promise that there is still light somewhere in you. There is, like, even in my darkest moments, even in my hardest days, I know, like, I be like, baby, this ain't it. Like, there is more to this. I promise there is more to this. As I wrap up, I do want to challenge you guys to drop in the comments, name one small thing that you will do for yourself today. Because, baby, let me know you made it. That's what I want to know. Let me know you made it. Let me know that you listening, that you understanding. And then, you know what? I'll start it off and I'll drop something in the comments and let you guys know one small thing that I do for myself outside of boxing. Outside of boxing, because I know y'all be like, damn, bitch, that's all you do. And that is, okay, all I do, I be at somebody's gym. That's all I fucking do. And yeah, okay, that's all I do. I'm gonna get it together one day. Okay? That's all I do for now, though. A friendly reminder that you are not your bad days. Do I need to say it again? A friendly reminder that you are not your bad days. You are so much more. I also want to thank you guys for being here. Thank you for listening. And most importantly, thank you for choosing to keep going. I know I said I'm wrapping up, and I am, you guys. Seasonal depression is real, and I know that I'm not the only one feeling it. So I want to open up this conversation on the podcast, okay? I want to open up this conversation, and I'd love to include your experiences. So anonymously, of course. I don't want to make anyone feel like, I'm putting their business out there like that. If you choose to not be anonymous, you can, include that. But for the most part, we will be leaving this anonymous. If you struggle with seasonal depression, what has helped you? What hasn't helped you? What do you wish people understood? Drop your stories in my DMs or through the anonymous link in my bio. I will also include it in the description box for YouTube and Spotify and Apple. If I can, drop your story in the DMs, or click the link and drop it anonymously, and let's talk about it. I will create the link. I will leave it. It's gonna be in the bio. Okay, y'all gonna see it in the bio. Y'all gonna see it. Y'all gonna see it in the episode. Click the link and drop it anonymously. Or if you would like to be non-anonymous, drop it in the DMs. You can also be anonymous in the DMs and just tell me that you want to keep it anonymous, and we won't include your name. So don't forget to tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend to pull up. And if no one's told you today, you are loved. You are needed and you belong here. And I'll see you in next week's episode. Bye. You're still here? You know the show's over, right? Don't cry. We'll be back next week. I gotta go be a hoochie. In the meantime, catch up on the older episodes.